Okay, guys, you're welcome to this amazing session. This is one of those Saturdays projects, like you know how we do it at SolarVis Tech. These sessions, we hold them almost every 2 weeks so that everyone can have the opportunity to come and get their hands dirty, can come and learn a new skill, can come and learn the latest technologies within the cloud space, and also an opportunity for you to come and connect, network with people from different areas, right? You don't know who might give you an opportunity tomorrow. So that is why we create this Saturday's workshop so that we all have the opportunity to learn, right? So it's here at SolarVis Tech. My name is Eric Nyuydze. I am the CIO of SolarVis Tech. I'm also a cloud DevOps engineer and also a trainer for the SolarVis Tech community, right? And so on today's session, you have people that are joining from all over. I know Lucky is there, and then people from Nigeria. We also have Anthony Wright from Qatar, right? Without much time to waste, I know mostly where we're all joining from. So I want our project manager, right, or the person that's going to take us through this session, not him actually, we are going to collaborate, we are going to, interact during the session. I would like to invite Tarak. Tarak, they would like to hear from you, maybe a word or two before we can start the session properly.
Yes, so thank you so much for organizing the session today. I'm the co-founder at Base. I think you already heard about what we're doing with Justin. And so I want to have this session very hands-on. It's a Saturday, so we can spend some time together. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Tarak. Thank you so much. So guys, before we start, I want to send you a link to sign up on the platform that we're going to use. Right? I will send you a link right away so that you sign up on that platform. Without that, you will not be able to get your hands dirty. You will leave without anything, right? So let me just share the link in the chat so that you just sign up with your logins. You need to create logins, right? Don't use Google. Don't use Google to sign up. So use just sign up with your credentials, password, username, email. Right. So guys, that is the link I just shared in the chat. So just do that really quick. When you're done, just give me a thumbs up in the chat. Right? Give me a thumbs up in the chat when you've signed up. I just send the link in the chat. That can take you less than maybe in 10 seconds, right, to sign up. That's where we are going to get our hands dirty. So guys, if you're just joining, we're about to start the session, right? And for the platform we're going to use, I just shared the link in the chat, without which you will not be able to get your hands dirty, you will not be able to practice, you will not be able to learn anything. So just sign up on that platform, create your logins. Don't use Google to sign, right? To sign in. Create your logins, and then you set the login somewhere so that you can always use them to log in anytime. When you do that, just give me a thumbs up in the chat. Just give a reaction in the chat so that we know you're on the platform. Okay, let me share the link again. Okay, that is the link. Okay, Collins has signed up. Perfect. Guys, sign up. This is the first step, right? To show that you're serious, that you want to learn. Yes, it's the first step by signing up here. If not, you will not learn anything. So guys, sign up and give a thumb. Okay, Anthony has signed up. Great. Guys, let's get going. Let's get going. We are 9 on the call, so at least I should see 7 people. Thumbs up, they should indicate. Okay, Ola, I think Ola has indicated that he has signed up, right? Great. Guys, let's sign up.
Lucky already
Okay,
signed, up, so yes.
okay, okay. Yeah, so
And
Mba
yeah,
TB,
yep.
yeah, Mba TB, you're welcome. So the session is going to be very handy, right? We need to get our hands dirty. It's a practical session. So for that session, we are going to, get familiar on a new platform that we're going to use for the session, right? So sign up on that platform, without which you will not be able to practice, right? You'll just be watching and you leave empty. So that is the link I just shared again, if you're just joining. So sign up with your logins. Don't use Google to sign up, right? Use sign up with your logins.
And you have a
When you're
question in
done,
the
just,
chat. They ask you,
yes.
what are we signing up for?
Yes, I just said we're signing up on the platform we were going to use for the session.
Perfect.
Yes, without which you'll not be able to practice. So, okay, Mba already signed up last week. Okay, that's fine. Great. Then you're good. Awesome. Awesome. So, guys, when you're done, just give a thumbs up in the chat. I think 4 people have indicated, right? So we need, I think 2 more people, right? We wait for them to sign up. Awesome. Princeton is done. Great, great, great. Ola is done. Awesome. Yeah, I think Lucky is already on the platform. Okay,
Yes.
guys. So I think we're good to go, right? We're good to go. So this session, we're looking at how you can build an enterprise cloud landing zone for multi-environment governance, right? And if you've not interacted on the AWS console before, you might be wondering what is all this about, right? What is enterprise cloud landing zone? What is it all about? And what is a multi-environment governance, right? So for that session, we are going to use this. Let me just share this screen so that you understand exactly what happens in a work environment. Uh, just give me a second. Okay. You can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So in this screen, on what I'm sharing on my screenshot, right? When you go to the AWS console, or this is what happens in most environments, right? Let's say a company wants to get into cloud, they migrated to cloud, and they need to set up their infrastructure, they need to set up their environment, and they have a whole lot of team members. They have developers, they have database admins, they have DevOps engineers, they have everyone on the team, right? And they are all operating on the AWS environment. Now, you might be wondering that how are you going to set up the environment so that it can work efficiently, right? How are you going to set up the environment, so that they can work securely, so that a developer shouldn't trespass and get into a DevOps environment, right? So that somebody in the development team shouldn't trespass and get into the production environment, right? How do you ensure that there is security in the environment? How do you ensure that there is compliance, right? And how do you ensure that when those, developers are using resources, you can track the cost of the resources in the AWS, right? You might be able to say, hey, Anthony, who's using this environment? I see the bill has gone up to $50,000, right? Who is using these resources, right? Or I've noticed that maybe Lucky, who is supposed to be in the work in the dev environment, I've seen him working in the production environment. How did he get in? How are you able to implement some of those guardrails within the work environment? Right? How are you able to ensure that people only have access to resources they are supposed to have access to? By applying what we call the principle of least privilege, right? We all know this, right? If you don't know it, you can just indicate, right? We can come back to, actually, and elaborate with you on that later, right? So with me here, I have what a typical setup of an enterprise environment looks like, right? Typically, you have a dev environment and then a prod environment, right? In some environments, you have a staging environment, right? And so this is done such that those who are working in the dev environment, they shouldn't trespass and get into the production environment where things are running, right? So you can see it here. Here, this is the dev environment where you have the dev VPC, right? This is the dev environment. And so in the dev environment, of course, you have your subnets, right? And each subnet you have, you can either have the application or you can have the database, right? And the subnet can either be private or public. So in the dev environment, this is where, a lot of this is like the playground. You try a lot of stuff, you see how things run before you can then push to the production environment, right? So in the production environment, this is the production VPC, the prod VPC. You see that everything is running, right? Everything is running automatically. And so because of that, you want to ensure high security in this production environment. You need to ensure high security. You don't have to joke with it, right? Anything might happen in the dev environment, but when it comes to the production environment, you need to know who has access to it, what they can do, what they cannot do, right? Which resources they can access and they cannot access, right? So that is the essence of this session, so that you understand exactly if you are employed tomorrow in a new environment, in a fresh environment, and your manager tells you that, hey, let me say, who is it on the call? Let me say, Lucky. Yes, we don't know anything about AWS. We know you are an expert, and we have some infrastructure. We have things to set up, right? Can you create an environment for us? And in this environment, we are going to run a team of, let's say, 20 developers, right? 20 developers and let's say 5 AWS engineers. How are you going to do that? So this is exactly what you're going to do. This is what you're going to do. You need to set up this infrastructure using AWS landing zone, right? But now you might be wondering, where are you going to start from? If you haven't been practicing, or if you're not an experienced engineer, right? You might be thinking of going to the console. You want to go to the AWS console. You want to, you first go to organizations, right? For those who don't know organizations, you can always reach out to me and you can ask anyone on the call. You can keep your question and then we come back to that, right? You need to go to AWS organizations and you create your organizational units, right? And this organizational unit, they are going to represent these environments, the dev environment and the prod environment, right? You need to go and start clicking. Click here, click here. You need to go set up the VPC. You click the VPC, you give it a name, you click the subnet, right? You go to the instances, you click and you give the name. You want to create an S3 bucket, you give it a name, and also setting those guardrails, right? You have to manually do all of this. Guys, let me just ask you, right? Let's say you have 2 environments to set, like these ones, right? Here you have this is just basic. Let me just ask you guys, you have the dev environment and you have the prod environment to set up, right? And basically you just have 2 public subnets and then 2 private subnets in each of the environments, right? You have a load balancer to set up, right? And then you have the application to set up, for these 2 environments. And so just try to imagine how long it would take you to do this on the console. Guys, can you imagine how long it would take you to do this on the console? Amount of time? Just guess, right? How long it would take you? Just guess based on your level of understanding of AWS. Let me just know what you guys think. How long you think it can get you to set that environment? You can put in the chat or you can unmute yourself and say it. How long do you think you've been assigned, you've been tasked to do that, right? In that startup. Okay, Lucky says 3 to 1 hour. All right, you are doing this on the console. Okay, 3 to 1 hour. Okay, great. Okay, 1 hour plus. All right, Ola says 1 hour. Lucky says 30 minutes, 1 hour. Okay. Guys, how long do you think it's going to take? All right, let's go with the 1 hour, right? 1 hour. Okay, not less than an hour. Okay, not less than an hour. Okay, someone said not less than an hour. Okay, Logi says he means 30 minutes. Okay, 5 hours. Okay, Anthony says what, 5 hours. Okay. Guys, try to imagine this, right? Try to imagine this. You have to click the console. That means you need to think about the name of the environment, right? You need to think about how you need to name the resources. You need to think about the security groups, right? You need to think about tagging, how you're going to, the tagging and all of that. You need to think about a whole lot of stuff. You need to put all of that in place. You need to do a plan. Exactly. You need to do a plan. You don't just get up and then you start. You need to have an architecture of what you're going to do, because you need to do the planning first, right? You need to have the architecture in your mind. What am I going to build? If you don't picture it in your mind, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. You might even have to consult people who have been in the field. And imagine it constitutes part of the time it's going to take you to get these 2 environments running, right? Okay, Mbat says a couple of days since you have to create IME policies. Exactly, and so on. Yeah, that's possible. Exactly. Okay. So guys, with all of this, you can imagine for yourself, based on your level of expertise, you can imagine for yourself how long it's going to take you, right? But the truth is that it can take you days because you are dealing with a company. It's not your small private, your small AWS account, right? It can take you days. You are designing something that is meant to scale. That is another key thing. You are designing an environment that is meant to scale. Tomorrow, if you're not in that environment, will somebody come in and easily continue? Or would they have to, delete the entire infrastructure? That means you messed up, right? So when you're building a mind, think about scalability. The company, they want to scale. Maybe they want to move from Nigeria and then expand to the entire Africa. How will your architecture be? How will your diagram be? That is the mindset you're going to have, right? So guys, that's the amount of time it's going to take you. Now, on the other hand, let's say you're going to use Terraform, right, for infrastructure as code, right? You can imagine how that's going to take you. That could take you with the less amount of time, right? Exactly. I'm about to talk about reusability. Exactly. Very important. Yes, you have to think about reusability, which is very important. Thank you, that man. Yes. So let's say now you know about Terraform. You want to do this on Terraform, right? Definitely, you know that whatever amount of time you had to do clicking on the console is going to take you a less amount of time with Terraform. That is possible, right? That is very possible. And then now, another good thing is that can you believe that there is another tool that can take you less amount of time with Terraform than with Terraform, right? So with Terraform, of course, you still have to, write your code. You still have to check your code, maybe for the quality, check for any misconfigurations and all of that. You need to check the quality of the code, right? This is based on your level of expertise now with Terraform. You need to know how to structure, the modules. You need to know how to structure them. You need to think about the README. You need to think about the output. All of that you are thinking. That's the amount of time you're taking to do as a Terraform expert, right? So imagine that you have a scenario where you don't have to be thinking about the code quality. You don't have thinking about the structure of your code. You don't have to thinking about writing the README. You don't have to thinking about the output. You don't have to thinking about all of that, right? That is where, this session comes in. That is why we are here on this call, right? So without much amount of time, I would want to invite Tarak to take us into how you can simplify, right? You can automate your infrastructure provisioning, ensuring that it's secured, ensuring that it's compliant, right? Ensuring that you can track your resources, you can track your cost at a lesser time than when you're using Terraform, right? So I want to invite Tarak. Tarak, can you
Yeah.
pick up from here?
Yes. So the first thing that I would like to say is I just challenge you on one thing. For me, it's you still need to think about everything. Like,
Right.
for example, here, um, yes, in our product, even though to be honest, I'm not going to do like it's not a demo session. If you want me to show something, I can show. But the goal is like also a goal of mindset. Like I'm working with a lot of security teams worldwide, at big organizations, small organization, and so on. So even before, for example, provisioning resources on AWS, then the first one is always shifting left. What I mean by shifting left is like it's all about doing the code quality, the code security, the cost before even creating a repository or directly, depending on the way you work, or directly provisioning. So for me, the goal is like you still need to think about everything because there is no like magic wand. Like you still need to be in the loop. Like for example, when I was working with Lucky directly understood like there is no magic wand. Whatever people speak about AI, we still need to be the one who control the AI. We still need to really understand what we want to get from the AI. Like for example, this morning I was working with one of our community members I sent you a request for to give me the for me to be able to share my screen, so you can accept the request and I can share it.
Okay, all right. Let me check. Just a second.
It's on Zoom. Yeah, you see,
Uh,
you just need to accept the because sharing is not turned on.
oh, okay. Let me just enable that. Let me enable it right away.
Yeah, thank you.
Just a second. Okay, I think you're sharing now.
No.
Oops.
Or maybe
Okay.
what you can do is that you can continue sharing your screen and then I will share something with you. But you can share it to the group. For example, here, AWS AKS. AWS AKS. I still wanted to share, but if you cannot, then it's fine. Mm.
Okay, you can share
Um,
now. You can share. You can share now. I followed.
yes. Thank you so much. So, for example, here, what is important as well is always to give you like concrete examples. So, for example, this morning I was actually working with one of our community members on building an AKS landing zone. So it could actually take a lot of time for a big team, even if they are like expert and all, to create that. It could take weeks to do it. So here, one thing that I've done, if we go directly to the code editor, and my goal was to, because I started working on the Azure AKS, and I really wanted to convert all of that into AWS. So I will show you what I've done. It took us around 45 minutes. So this was the one, right? I want to build the AWS equivalent of the AKS landing zone. I want to create it in both CloudFormation because the goal is not only Terraform. It's you need to really know uh, all the infrastructure as code. Doesn't need to be an expert, but I believe you really need to understand the syntax on that. So for me, I always try to work on both. For example, if it's on Azure, it's Bicep and Terraform. If it's on AWS, it's CloudFormation and Terraform. And then based on that, once I've done it, I want to get rid of the Azure one. But if you can understand here, for example, I always do the security scanning. And I haven't even created a repository. I haven't even provisioned my infrastructure. Why? Because I always believe that all the security happens at the code level. Like that, there is no surprise. Like here, for example, you directly understand the secure and once you will be here. So one thing that we have built as well with my co-founder is like templates. So this one, for example, you can go on InfraCodebase templates. You can look at, for example, AKS. If you look at this, it's this one. And then you can fork the template like that. You can directly use it and understand how we build it. But my goal is like to directly from a prompt. So to be able to generate like weeks of work of an engineering team. And then, like Eric said, you always need to think about the design. So, for example, here, this is a design that we build. So you have, for example, a AWS organization, you have AWS managed services as well. You, for example, here, shared service accounts. But if, for example, you follow me here and you're already like forking the project, then you can directly look at the design yourself. But exactly, my point is like think about as much as you can shift left the maximum at the code at the design level. Then once you start the provisioning or once you start, for example, creating the repository on your Git providers, it could be GitHub, it could be GitLab, or it could be another one, um, then you have no surprises. So for me, it's like really understanding using AI to do the heavy lifting, but you still need to understand what you want to get from, for example, this project. So I still need to really understand like, okay, once, for example, I created the code, how do I check for it? How do the security scanning and all? So this is the goal of, I guess, the talk is how to help you better leverage AI, really understand that AI is not supposed to replace us, but basically, the better we understand how to use AI, the better we will get. But definitely, the people who will not use AI will be replaced. Do you have any question on that? Or is it clear?
Guys, any question? Any question? Anything that's not clear? Okay, someone says good. Okay, all right.
And this is for example, here, this is the project. So I can share it I can share it here in the chat. And to be honest, even a big organization to create an AWS AKS landing zone would have taken weeks to create. So
Right.
this is, I think, the goal of Eric was to tell you, like, understand what you want to get and use AI to go faster and be more secure as well.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think the amazing thing for me about it is like how fast it does it, something that can take you weeks,
Yes.
right? Yes. But then again, you need to understand the basic. You need to know what you're doing,
Yes,
right?
of course.
And for you to know like what you want to do, I think that's where you can even spend more time. You need to spend more time trying to figure out what you want to do.
And how
Because
do
the
you
more time,
communicate it? Yes.
the more time you spend trying to figure out what you want to do, the less time you're going to get, your tasks done, executed.
Yes. That's why, for example,
Exactly.
one of the challenges that we saw with Lucky was not at the deployment one, because sometimes
Okay.
depending on the product that we're using, we can go faster. But it's not about deployment. Like deployment, you could just click a button and you deploy. But I really don't want you
Right.
to deploy things that you haven't tested first. Like before, because if you do this, then you will directly break prod. And the goal is like for you to be extremely good at your work. So by doing that, it means you need to be very detail oriented.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Very detail oriented. I think that's the key. Detail oriented. Guys, so if you're running any prompt, you need to be very detailed, very specific on what you want to do. I think that's the line that I pick out. Guys, I don't know if anybody has picked anything. If understood, you want to just add a comment before we dive into the
Yeah,
hands-on
Lucky,
proper, right?
Lucky, you had the one thing to say, right?
Okay. Yes. Lucky, you want to say
He
something?
unmute himself. Oh no, maybe not.
Hi, Lucky, you want to say something?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Oh, good. Oh, good. All right. Um, guys, if you're just joining, for those who just joined, we want to get to the hands-on aspect of the session. Right? And so the platform that we'll need to use, and let me share the link so that those who just joined now, they can sign up because you need to practice this. If not, all that what we've been saying is not going to make sense to you, right? So you need to get your hands dirty. Let me share the link so that you sign up. Second. So when you're done signing up, just indicate. So that's the link. Log in your credentials. I just dropped it. So
And the goal for
remember
me
to
is
create credentials. Yeah.
if you have any questions, either now or later. For example, if it's later, one thing that I can share with you is my LinkedIn profile. Like that, you
Okay.
can directly reach out to me, and anytime you need anything, then I can actually help you.
Sure. No.
I'm getting more and more busy with the growth of the company, but if you want me to help you, I will do whatever I can to help you.
Okay, Tarak. All right. Guys, you can connect with Tarak, right? So while you're connecting, also sign up. Guys, if you sign up, just indicate so that I know we are all on the same level, right? So we shouldn't leave anyone behind. We all need to understand this. When you sign up, just give me a thumbs up. Just give me a thumbs up. Just give me a thumbs up so that I know you've signed in already.
And maybe you can stop sharing your screen.
Okay.
Yes,
All
you're
right. Yeah,
sharing right now.
you can stop sharing from your end.
No, I was speaking about you because right now you're showing your screenshot, right?
Oh, okay, okay, all right, okay, great, yeah. So let me start sharing. Great. Um, so let me start sharing.
I don't know. Do you want to show the rule set? That's why you are trying to show in the on the
No.
screen because I can give them. Yeah.
Okay, so I think they can see my screen now. Everyone can see my
Yes.
screen.
Yes.
Okay, great, 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 great. So if you sign up, right, this is how your homepage should be, right? Once you sign up, this is how your homepage should be. Yeah, and I
Yes.
believe that everyone is here, right? Everyone
Can
is
you go
here.
down? Yes. One thing
Yes.
that I see you haven't done, it's
Okay.
fine, but it's on the tool
Okay.
set. Is
Okay, no
because
problem.
the goal is not
Yeah.
only to generate code, but to generate code following the latest updates, following, for example, the best practices of Terraform. So, for example,
Okay.
here, the goal is
Hmm.
like to use your own MCP. So, the Terraform
Yeah.
MCP, like that, when you start generating code, it will always follow the best
Yeah.
guidelines of HashiCorp.
Okay. Okay. All right. Sure. So we can do that within the session, right? So can we do it really quick?
Yes, you browse tools, you click on browse tools. You see no tools connected. Now, go down. Yeah, browse tools.
Yeah.
Click
Okay.
on it.
So guys, if you are here, right, I think we should all do this, right? For those who have already signed up. So just go to browse tools. Yeah.
Then browse registry.
Okay. Browse registry.
You don't add MCPs to per workspaces. What I do is, for example, me, I set up Terraform, GitHub, AWS, Azure, because is the main
Mm.
ones that I'm using. Like, for example, you click on add,
Are using.
then bottom right
Yeah.
will be written configure. Click on configure now. Bottom right, I said. Yeah.
Oh,
And then
so.
connect. No, no, it's good, it's good, it's good. Then click on
Oh,
connect,
okay. Okay. Great.
and
Right.
then click on connect and enable.
Okay. Connect and enable.
Yes. Like now, for example, go to a workspace. So, for example, do Command K or Control K
Okay.
on your keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
Then, for example, here you can either create a new workspace or join
All
or
right.
directly go to your workspace. Like,
Oh, okay. Great.
yeah,
Okay.
choose the
Control
one that you
K.
want.
Yeah. Control K. We want to create a workspace.
And then here you have multiple ways. So for example, this product is not only for Greenfield, it's for Greenfield. It's for example, if you already have a GitHub repository, then
Mhm.
you can import it. You can also, for example, if you already provision AWS resources, then you can do an asset mapping and do all the security scanning and so on as well. So
Right.
everything related to cloud infrastructure management, you can do it in the product. It hasn't
Right.
is not related to brownfield, greenfield, or one, but it's everything related to cloud infrastructure management. Now, for example, what you can do, either
Mhm.
if you already created a workspace, then we can use the one that you already created.
Okay. So let's create a new one. I want us to
Okay.
start with a fresh one so that those who are following they can also do the same.
Yes.
Right. Make it easy for everyone. So
So
guys, if
AWS,
you,
for example, yeah.
yeah. So guys, if you are here, just indicate so that now we are all on track. We don't want to leave anyone behind. Right. If you're here, just indicate. Let's give a thumbs up or
Yeah, for
okay. Account
13,
MC.
we
Okay, great.
we have
Correct is
people. Yes. Perfect. Now go and start creating your workspace.
okay. So we're creating a workspace. So let's name our workspace landing zone, right? So to just make things easy,
But
It will make things easy.
I don't think you
Mhm.
will have time to create a landing zone because you can do it, but
It's
because
just
that's why I said, right? AI is not
yeah,
supposed to make miracles. So you can
yeah,
create a landing zone. Let's create a landing zone. AWS landing zone. Come on, let's do
yeah.
it.
Oh, great. So guys, our workspace name is AWS landing zone, right?
And then you
For the
create a
description, we can
workspace.
take, yeah, for the description, you can leave it so that we save time. But if you want to describe, fine. So you click on create workspace down here, name AWS landing zone, and then create workspace down here. We click. So it has created right away.
Yes. So now, do you see where it's written? Describe what you want to build.
Yes, here.
Yes, and then there is a plus, there is an eye, and there is a box. Click on the box.
Okay.
Terraform.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
And then we
Yeah.
add it.
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
what you're going to do is like now you are able to write the prompt that you want. So
Okay.
because you want to create an AWS landing zone, then
Mhm.
do you want it on Terraform only or on CloudFormation as well?
On Terraform only for now,
Okay.
right? Maybe after this, anyone that wants to explore with CloudFormation, I mean, they can go ahead, right? So
Yes.
sure.
So here,
So
what you can do is like now you can actually write your prompt.
mhm. Okay. So guys, for our prompt, right? It's going to be very, very simple, basic, so that you understand this, right? How the agent works. So what we're going to do, we're going to create a multi-environment landing zone, right?
Yeah.
So let's say create, guys, I'm entering the prompt, right? So you can also follow with me. Create multi environment landing zone, right? Um, with production, with dev and prod environment, right? With dev and prod environments, right? And then I want to say that the dev environment should have, each environment. So with your prompt, you need to be very, very specific, right, and detailed. Each environment should have a VPC, right, with let's say two subnets, right, two subnet, both private and public, right? Both private and public, all right? And we want to say that the private should be for the database, right? Private subnet for the database, all right? And public subnet, for the application.
And before clicking on space, before clicking on enter, also
Mm-hmm.
finish your prompt by saying also use the Terraform MCP. Mention the Terraform MCP.
Okay. All right. Great. Great. Yeah. So let's say before we enter, that should be at the end, right? I think that should come at the end.
Yes, at
Okay,
the end.
Tarak?
Yes.
Great. 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 Yeah. And then let's say each VPC should have an internet gateway and a NAT gateway, right? Each VPC has an internet gateway and NAT gateway, right? And then what else again? What else? We want for monitoring, right? We need VPC flow logs, right? And VPC flow logs. We take our logs, right? VPC flow logs. And then what do we also want? And we want that these two environments, they should share a common S3 bucket, right? The environments should share a common S3 bucket. The environments should share a common S3 bucket, right? Again, for security reasons, we want it encrypted, right? We want it encrypted. A common S3 bucket encrypted. Because you don't want to leave the S3 bucket, make it have public access, right? You want to make it private. So that's why we want to make it encrypted. And then what else can we think of? Just something basic. What else? What else? What else? Okay, let's enable CloudTrail, right? We talked about compliance from the beginning. We need to make sure that our environment is compliant, right? We want to check who is doing what they are doing, when they did it, and all of that, right? Yeah. And then enable CloudTrail, right? And then what else? What else? And then also ensure tagging, right? Enable tagging. Enable tagging. Why are you doing the tagging? Because somebody might, get into your environment, or somebody you just want compliance, right? You want to easily track resources. You want to know that, okay, this resource belongs to this environment, right? Let's say we want to add an instance, for example. You want to make sure that the instance, should have a particular tag so they can easily track and trace, right? So you want to also enable that, enable tagging, right? In each environment. Right. What else? I think these are the basic stuff, right? These are basic stuff. And then Tarak was saying that the last prompt, it should be ensuring that it uses the Terraform MCP, right? Use the Terraform MCP, right? So this is our prompt. So I hope everyone has this in case you don't have it.
The group asks you to share the prompt with you. With them,
Okay, so
sorry.
share the prompt. Okay, let me share the prompt. Great. Okay, let me share it. Okay, let me just drop it here.
One
Yes,
thing you
you
can
can
do
just
as well, just one thing.
okay.
Like you have two ways now. The first one is
Okay.
one thing that I would like maybe you to do is like say before building, challenge my prompt. Just
Okay.
write that. Before building, challenge my prompt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Forbidding challenge my prompt. Right. So let me. This is the updated prompt. Let me delete this one so that I make sure that we all have similar result. Let me delete this. So before this is the updated prompt. Guys, are we good? Let me get a thumbs. Let me see a thumbs up. A thumbs up in the chat. Or maybe just emoji. Perfect. Great, 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 great. And it's good. Guys, we don't want to leave anyone behind. So just make sure you're good. Indicate. Great, Lucky. We're there. Awesome.
Now
Awesome.
you can click on enter.
Great. So guys, we click on enter. So once you click on enter, you see every step all the way, right? What's doing. It's going to tell you what it's doing at each step, right? What it's doing at each step.
And then, yes, the goal is really to help you take a step. Like before building, be sure that you have like you already know everything. And then
Right,
once you start building, then you start building based on your specifications. So, for example,
right,
now we can really understand like all the questions that the AI is asking you to help you better structure the way you work with it.
right. Just to confirm exactly what you want to be sure.
Yes.
Great. To make sure
And then,
that
for
what you're
example,
asking, yeah.
either now you can answer, and I think for the group as well. Like for me, the goal of today is for also people to better be at ease with cloud. It's not only thinking that AI is a trick. It's like, for example, for the people who are here, um, how would you answer to all of these questions? Like, why, for example, do we need multiple AZs?
Okay.
Why do we need, for
Yes.
example, a NAT gateway in each? Like, these are technical challenges that you need also to be aware of, because tomorrow when you will be working at a company, these are the questions that you will need to tackle.
Great, 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 great. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And now, for example, here, what we can say is, um, but I really want I really want the class, I got 10 challenges to my prompt. Yeah, because it means that you need to make your prompt a little bit more specific as well. But for example,
Right.
here, I will say, uh, my goal is to build, like, are you more focused on cost? Are you more focused on security? If, for example, you are both, then I would say, okay, answer all of these questions. For example, here I would write, answer all of these questions to maximize both cost, efficiency, and security. Try to write it. Can you go
Okay.
through
I
the
didn't get that.
Terraform tool configuration again?
Um,
Uh, yes. So
okay.
can you duplicate the page?
Okay.
Or maybe can you show your screen like that? It will be easier.
You go to from tool again. Okay.
Because it's very straightforward. To be honest, I have thousands of people who
Right.
are
It's
using the
very
product today.
straightforward. Yeah. Let me
Duplicate the page. You are on Google Chrome. Yeah. Click on
yeah, let
duplicate.
me just
No, no, yeah, just do it. Duplicate.
okay, okay. Oh yeah, yeah. I think I can then duplicate.
Duplicate is written. Reload,
Okay,
duplicate,
perfect.
duplicate.
Great. Great. Yeah.
Now do
Duplicate.
Control K because you're on PC, so Control K.
Right.
And then
Okay.
tools,
So
right? Tools.
yes. Look for
Just write it.
tools.
No, tools. No.
Oops.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. Yeah.
So
Select
the
it.
person who asked the question, he needs to follow now. Like go to browse registry. Like I think who asked the question? Anthony, you asked the
It's
question.
Anthony. Anthony.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can go to browse registry. Based on that, you will see the Terraform MCP. You click on connect or you click on what you see, and then you need to click on connect. For example, here will be written add because of obviously you already has it, but it will be written for you add. You click on add, and then on the bottom right, it will be written configure. You click on configure. You can speak, right, Anthony?
Anthony, are you good? Are you done? Indicate, just give a thumbs up if you got.
Yeah, okay, I'm okay now. Thanks.
Okay,
It's
Okay,
connected,
all right.
yeah.
perfect.
Okay, great, great. Did you add it here? Have you added the agent tool here? When where you give the prompt, did you add
Yes,
it under
yes, I have.
the? Okay,
Great.
okay, great, great.
So now
Um,
what we can say is like, I want you to answer all of these questions to maximize cost, efficiency, and security. Write it.
Okay. Want you
To answer all of these questions in order to maximize the security and cost efficiency. In order to maximize
cost.
efficiency and security. Because these are the two challenges of the cloud today, cost and security.
Right.
Do a space between in order, because it's not like that in English.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you click on enter.
Okay, guys, this is the prompt for those who are having challenge typing. So
The
just copy
challenge
this.
of what I'm doing now is like for the class to learn. Like by doing that, they're not going to
Sure.
learn. But it's fine, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're
So
right.
click on
Yeah.
enter.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yes. Yeah.
yeah. So again, as this is generating, if you don't know what's going on, right, just scroll and take your time to read and understand exactly,
Exactly.
yes, that's the thing I like about it. If for anyone that's learning, right? So just take your time, go through so you understand exactly the processes, whatever it's doing. So, okay, so
Thing now is that you read, right? The task progress, you read step by step.
right.
So, for example, create project structure, then create shared KMS, then create shared S3 buckets, then create VPC. Like, I also wanted to build a product that is also accessible for the people who are just learning, who started their
Right.
journey on cloud. Like
Right.
that's why I ask you to challenge the prompts. Then for the
Mhm.
prompt to then for us to have answers, read the answers, understand why we are going to build what we build, and then understand what are the different steps that we need to take for this specific project. So by doing
Right.
that, you don't only think that AI is doing your work, but basically the goal is like for you to really understand why it's building what it's building right now.
Exactly. Exactly.
And if you go down now,
Okay.
yeah.
Mhm. Right.
One thing that is interesting about Eric is that he has around 3,000 credits now. How did he get the 3,000 credits? Is because he shared this link with you guys. So for you, if you like the product, if you want to keep using it, um, then the goal will be like to share it with others as well. And every time you share it, you will earn 250 credits.
Sure. And I think you don't only share the link, right? Don't only share the invite to people. The best thing you can do is to help them understand the platform,
Of course.
right? Don't just share the link to someone and they say, please use this platform. You can use it to provision your resources and all of that, save time and use AI and all that. But take time to explain to the person so they understand, right? You can just get on a quick session to invite them. And if there's anything you are doubting, you can just reach out to me or reach out to Tarak, and we can always help, to support you or explain better if you're having any challenge. I think Lucky too has an understanding of the platform. Yeah, in case I think a couple of people too. So always feel free to reach out.
There is a question.
Okay. Yes, Ola. Ola has a question.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, Ola.
So while we watch the thing do its thing,
Yes.
I wanted to ask at the point where we selected an agent, assuming that we choose AWS or Azure, what's going to be the outcome? What's the outcome going to be like?
This is what I showed you
I'd like,
earlier, right?
yes,
Like
I'd like to ask Tarak that question. Yeah.
yes, what I showed you earlier, and this is the workspace that I shared with you, is like at the end of the day, you will be able to have both diagram and code. So
Oh,
by
okay.
doing that, what he's doing is like he understood your spec. I made Eric challenge the prompt to really understand where we were going in terms of building. Now he's building, and as you can see, he's building the diagram, right? It's written on the screen. And before he was writing files. So now you will have what usually you would have had on Draw.io Lucid, like a diagram on one side and a code on the other side. And there could be a drift between design to code and code to design. Basically, the goal will be first in terms of natural language, really communicate what you want to what you want to build, challenge all your assumption the way did it now, and then instead of managing multiple products, you would have one product in which you would find both design and code. So there is no drift between both. And here we are going to create an Azure AWS landing zone. Sorry. Did I answer your question?
Not quite. So what I'm
Why?
asking is this, where we added an agent, we chose Terraform.
You didn't add an agent.
No, I did. I chose Terraform. So my
No,
question is,
that's why I'm telling you, it's not an agent that you add. It's an MCP.
oh,
MCP is not
MCP.
an agent.
Oh, okay.
No worries. But yes, that's why. For me, you didn't select an agent, you selected an MCP.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
assuming I selected AWS, what's it going to do differently from selecting Terraform? That's actually my question.
Oh, okay. So when you select, so all of these are official MCPs from directly the providers. So for example, let's say that now you want to scan your AWS subscription. Like I was saying earlier, let's say that, for example, you provision resources on your AWS account. What you can do by selecting the MCP, this MCP, then you can query, you can ask, for example, here, um, do the asset mapping of everything that has been provisioned in your AWS account. From that, for example, do the security check for all security vulnerabilities and misconfiguration, and then do the remediation at the code level. You're only able to do that because you give access to the AWS account. Now
Can you
it's
hear?
better.
Yeah, I think it's good, right?
So click on
Are we?
refresh. I don't know why it's the first time that's happening for me. Click on refresh the page. No, refresh the, yeah. Yes.
Great.
Sometimes,
Okay.
depending on your internet, sometimes it's not working. It has nothing to
Yeah,
do
I think
with
it's
Empa code
my
base.
internet.
Yeah. So for
Right.
example, here
Yeah.
you go to the main.tf, for example, to show the class.
Okay.
Click on it. Yes.
Okay.
So for example, here he wrote hundreds of lines of code for you, which maybe you could have
Right.
spent a few hours writing.
Exactly. Yeah. Right.
And then here, can you go back to the design?
Okay. The design. Okay. So this
And
is the
now you can
design.
actually fix it. Like
Right.
one improvement that we have done is exactly this. I love it. Yes.
Yeah.
So you can now
Oh,
you can work on the design to make it more clean. You can improve as well. For example, here you can challenge the design if you want to.
mhm.
But this is what you
Exactly.
created right now.
Yes, exactly. So we indicated the shared resources are here, S3 bucket, cloud trail key is telling you those are apart, and then the two environments, the dev and the prod environment, and then of our VPC, right? Each we has the internet gateway and the NAT gateway, and then public subnet and private subnet, right? And then I think basically that
You
is
can
telling
fix the
you the
design as well
database
to
and the
make it more clean
subnet.
if you want.
Sure, sure, sure. And it also gives you the legend here in case you're not understanding um, whichever the flow, it tells you the legend here can gives you understanding of the cloud trail logs, right? Which is the blue line, and then you have VPC logs, which is these green lines, and then you have the network traffic. All of that is shown in the legend in case you're not understanding anything. Yeah, this I think that's just it. Guys, do we all have our architecture generated? Guys, if you have it, just give a thumbs up so we know. Great, Ola has it. Perfect. Awesome.
And now, like I said, you
Anthony
can.
got it.
Ah,
Awesome.
there is Coretta
Great,
who
great,
didn't
great.
have
We
the
all got it.
design.
Awesome.
There is someone who
Um,
didn't have the design.
okay, let me see.
Coretta.
Pardon? Okay,
Coretta
Coretta.
didn't
Yes,
get
what's the
the.
issue, Coretta? Okay, you didn't have a design? Can you check your network and refresh? Maybe just refresh your
Browser.
browser, yeah. Refresh it, it's going to come up. Kindly indicate when you get it. Okay, Annie also got it. Guys, if there's any question, just kindly put in the chat. I don't know, someone asked a question earlier. Let me see. How many MCP servers can we add to one workspace, Tarak?
As many as you want.
Oh, great. Question was okay.
Maybe, Coretta, you need to show us your screen because
Yes, let me stop sharing. Let me stop sharing. Kindly share your screen.
if not, I cannot fix it if I don't see. So, can you go up? It's like, okay, go up. Okay, change your prompt to go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. Okay, design the design, changes your current design, go down. Uh, that's why as well, I don't understand something because it's
I think
like with
I
your
think it's a network.
connection. Yes.
It's surely the network. Just refresh. Just refresh. Refresh your browser. Let's see while you're here. Refresh your browser. It's going to come up. It's just internet.
Maybe because it's like she didn't really follow exactly the same thing. Would you like me to proceed with your original design? And its design, please confirm. Ah, I know what happened.
Okay.
She missed a step. Go up, go up, go up, go up, go up. You stopped. She stopped at the challenge my prompt.
Okay.
You had another step. Did you paste the step in your like paste the step like you said, Eric, paste your prompt. The second one.
Yes. The second prompt.
Yes. The second prompt was choose or like answer all of his questions based on the to improve the security and cost. This is the one that I made you write. But I guess, Coretta, you were not there, or you didn't follow. I don't know.
Maybe I think she missed that step.
Yeah, no, she missed the step.
You're right. Yeah. I
Ah,
think probably the
okay.
network. Yeah. The network, yeah.
So please paste the prompt, your prompt, Eric.
Okay. Let me paste it again. And
Not
let
the
me
first
just
one, the second one. The one where you
one.
said answer all of his questions to improve, to
I want.
optimize cost and security.
Right. That's it.
Yes, this is the
Right.
one, correct, that you need to choose. You need to copy and paste it. And then, yeah, perfect. And now it will work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
And now it's writing the file. And then, yeah, you see?
You're right.
The variables, the locals, and so on. Yeah. And then it will also create the design. Thank you for saying it's amazing. I love it. And for saying all of this. Yeah. And then the goal is like we worked with Justin this week to improve really the design to give you more flexibility on how to improve as well. Like now you have two ways to
Right.
improve the design, either directly from prompts or directly by
Mhm.
with you dragging resources around to
Drag
have a
and
good
drop.
design.
Right. Yes. And then why it's in Tarak, is it possible to, sometimes you want to generate this, you want to share this diagram with someone, right? Can you add a feature where you can directly maybe download it in your
Yes,
system?
we are working on this.
Oh, okay, great.
But like I said, the goal is the goal is for you to share the workspace because again, the issue that a lot of cloud diagramming tools have is the the drift between design to code and code to design. So imagine tomorrow that you share the design to someone else, then you write the code, but there is no sync between design to code and code to design. Then it's an issue. So I would really prefer
Right.
for you to share the workspace because like that, this person will have both. Yes, Anthony.
Okay, great. Right. Yes,
Yes,
Anthony, go on.
I'm
Unmute
listening.
yourself.
Okay, yeah, so I have a question. So what's the difference between this platform and just um putting the same prompt in maybe Claude or put it in a ChatGPT or something? What's the difference between these?
So you need to answer your own question. Can ChatGPT
Exactly.
can ChatGPT first have the integration with MCPs? Can ChatGPT have context? Can ChatGPT create a diagram? No, right? Same thing for cloud. And Cloud Code, for example, or QSOR. These products have been built software engineering in mind. They are not for us. They are for people who build um, um, websites, who build stuff. But for me, even though let's say we write both code, Terraform and Python, the way we manage cloud is not really the same thing as the way you will manage an app. So for me, we wanted really to create a product that was really, really specific to our cloud ecosystem. This is like an all-in-one. Yes, but
Yeah.
all-in-one specific on cloud. Like you tell me, okay, I would like to use, for example, Python, you can use it, but really the goal of the product is for you to create and it's a way for you to manage cloud infrastructures. Any cloud, any infrastructure has called languages, but still cloud. I really wanted to create a specific product. And there should be another person who will join us as well. Did I answer the questions?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Because generating code, to be honest, you can generate code on ChatGPT. To be honest, I would not use it. One thing, um, like I said, even before we jumped on the infracode base, the goal is not for you to only generate code, right? Because if, for example, you only generate code, you don't test for code quality, you don't test for security, you don't test for costs and anything. But a lot of people are not thinking like that and deploy directly their infrastructure. And then they say, oh, but why did I break prod? Of course, you broke prod because you didn't do the testing before. Like ChatGPT is not here is here to give you the code. But who said that the code that has been generated by AI in general is actually good? Like for me, here, for example, if you want to take it further, then maybe Eric take the screen back. Thank you so much, Coretta. Now it's more clear, right? I guess yes. So take the screen back, Eric.
Okay, Corita, you can stop sharing. Let me share back.
You can share it directly. I think it's you as a
Okay.
upper hand.
Okay. All right.
So now you are going to run one thing like that. Also, it's very clear that it's not about shipping code, the main challenge.
Okay.
It's about shipping a code that can scale.
Right. Okay.
Just give me 1 minute before I answer another question. Can you write now run tfsec Chekhov Terraform validate Terraform plan? Using the Terraform MCP. Just want to double check. Okay, enter. Yes, now answer the
Oh,
question. Yes, tell me.
Ba has a question. TB has a question.
Yes.
Yes,
You
TB, can
raise
you
your
unmute?
hands.
Okay, sorry. The legend I got with my diagram is quite bare bones. Compared to the one Tarak sent earlier on, the workspace he shared earlier in the session. So I'm wondering if it's because the project is different or it was not properly generated.
You compare, so if I understand it well, you compare right now you created your own diagram, right? With a specific
Yes.
legend.
Yes.
Then you compare it to the workspace that I created, right?
Even to the one shown on the
But
screen right
that I
now.
shared earlier, right?
Yes, and the one that's going on right now. Mine is quite bare bones, so I'm not sure if it was properly generated.
Yours is, there is a word that I didn't get. Yours is what?
Very
Why
bare
different?
bones. So it just has traffic and monitoring, nothing else. So everything
You
is
can
on the
improve.
diagram.
You can improve it. Like,
Okay.
um, yeah, like you also need to. That's why earlier I said to Eric, right? The goal is not to forget how to think. The goal is to think. Like for example, for me,
Yes.
if I for example I have a diagram that I don't like, then I have two ways. I improve it myself directly in here, or I improving while prompting. But use AI as a collaborator. So for example, you can directly say, okay, then maybe you can share your screen as well. Like that I can maybe you share your screen like that I can see what you're telling me about.
Okay. Yeah,
Because even here,
1
right? Even
second.
here, it only has three. Because this is a simple architecture that he built.
Let me stop
Okay.
sharing so you can share. You want to share?
Yes, this is
Yes,
good.
I'm sharing right now. Can you see my
Okay.
screen?
Yes,
Okay, this is the so
this is
if I
good.
click on it, you actually see there's mapping
So,
for the several services,
so
but
for
all I
example,
have here is
here,
just network traffic monitoring.
okay, I will do then something. I will say, okay, improve the design to do two things. Improve the design and improve the legend. I need to clearly understand the edges. Like speak to the AI, you will speak to me. Don't just wait and say, oh, it's not working. It's not working. Make it work. It's your job to make it work, right? So here, improve the design um, of the diagram by doing two things. The first one for me is um, the edges are overlapping each other. Make
Yes.
them more readable.
Oh,
I directly see,
network.
right? Yeah, like I'm a cloud architect. When you show me this, I'm designed first. So I directly see two things. First, the design, like the edges and the resources. So say improve the design of the diagram by doing two things. First, um, I do not want, I write it like that. I do not want any uh, edges to overlap or to cross each other, for example. Wait, to overlap, yeah. And also resources to be on top of one on each other. It makes the diagram, it makes the design less readable. Once you're done fixing the design, improve the legend. Yeah, that's why. That's why I really want him to maximize the prompt. So improve the design of the diagram by doing two things. First, I do not want any edges to overlap and also resources to be on top of each other. It makes the design less readable. Once you're done fixing the design, improve the legend. Again, think AI. Like I give you a tool where you can actually go way faster than any other cloud engineers. But now you still need to think as an engineer. You still need to think as a designer. So you still need to fix your own design. Is like I said at the beginning of the call, the AI is not a wand. It's you to fix your own job. It's you to fix your own work. Yeah. And if he cannot do it, then that's why I give you as well the flexibility in the design to rearrange resources. See, he understood already. Overlapping nodes, messy edge crossing, proper spacing, no overlaps. And it's a V1, meaning the design is, this one is a V1. Of course, you still need to tweak it, improve it, and everything. But just by doing that, you have done it in 45 minutes. And now he will still think. Don't do anything. He will, like, you will see how he thinks right now. So he already improved the legend.
Yes, it's improved.
Yeah. That's why I'm telling you, like, you still need to tweak it. You still need to work on it. It's not like Lovable where you can create a static website. This is not static. This is way more complex because this is pure spacing, pure design, pure. Like, I have the feeling that it's more complex to directtly go from end results from prompt than creating yeah. So for example, here, now it's you need to fix. And I can help you fix it. Yeah. But now you need to take over as a human. You need to really like tweak it, improve it, and so on.
Two stray boxes. APC flu logs. History storage.
But what I'm surprised is like Eric gave you 3 prompt. You consumed 5. So meaning you did something else that Eric did. Eric did only 3 prompt.
Pardon?
Did 5.
Yes, yeah. His diagram, his design, it looks a bit
Different than yours.
more different. Yes, the has more resources. We
So
just
he
what
hasn't
we did was
followed.
just
So
basic,
he
right?
hasn't
And I
followed
think
all of your
it's
all of
similar
the
to what
prompt.
Coreta has.
Huh?
Yeah.
So the design you prompt it was not completely followed.
Hello, can you get me?
Huh?
Yes. Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. After we gave the prompt and I told it to challenge my prompt, I then told the model to implement the recommendations it had made,
That's
and
why.
this is what it gave me.
Yes, that's why it's different than Eric design. But that's why you reached the
Yeah.
quota today. Okay, I understand. So I need to help you fix it. I will do a proper session, specific session with you to fix it together if you want.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I will do it. That's why I also shared my LinkedIn profile with everyone, but I would love to do it. Like I am sure that I can help you fix it. Like I already see how to fix your design. Let's do a
Thank
proper
you.
session together. Send me an invite on LinkedIn and then we connect together. I will help you fix
Yes, I believe I already linked with you on LinkedIn after the session we had with Kevin last week.
it. Give me 1 minute to verify.
Okay, I think this is
Yeah.
Tarak's LinkedIn. I just
Yes,
shared his
yes,
LinkedIn
yes,
on the
yes,
chat.
yes.
You can connect with him.
We are connected. Okay. So then let's do either something tomorrow or something on Monday. Yes.
Okay.
I will you will tell me in the like on LinkedIn the day that you prefer and I will work with you on it.
Hey, Tarak. Oh, yes.
Okay, so on that we are
No, you can take
so
over, Eric.
we're good, right? Everyone is good. I think we all had a similar design. Guys, yes, Tarak, you're saying?
No, no, you can show the result of the security.
Okay, great, great, great. Let me show. Okay, so this is the result, right? This is the recommended security improvements that it has, highlighted. Okay, starting from here, let me just a second. What we said, right? So it has done the security scan, right? First TFSec, that's done the security scan, giving you the steps, everything all the way. And then down here is telling you the security scan and the validation result, the summary of what it has done, right? Yeah, it says that the configuration is syntactically valid and internally consistent, right? So it has just explained to you what it has done. And then the security scan result, the TIFSEC analysis, 15 findings, right? Guys, you can see the analysis, 15 findings here. And then it's not only showing you the finding, but it's giving the severity, the severity, right? How severe it is, high severity, medium severity, and low severity. So it has found 3 high severity issues when it comes to the CloudTrail logs validation. And something is missing. It is missing enable log file validation, and then the IAM policy wildcards, right? The VPC Pro logs and the CloudTrail IAM policies, they use wildcards on sensitive actions, right? And then the S3 bucket logging, it is missing access logging configuration all the way. So it has done all the scans and it has, explained to you. And then about the checkoff analysis, it has found 47 failed checks and then 130 passed, right? And then it has detailed all of that. And then it has recommended the security improvements, what needs to be done, right? I think basically that, Tarak, anything you want to add?
I also, because that's what I was saying, right? Of course, you can
Yeah.
create code somewhere else, but
Mhm.
the value of what we're doing now is not to ship code. It's basically to create a cloud infrastructure that is production ready. That once you deploy it, you don't have any surprises in terms of security, costs, and anything like that. That's why earlier I was speaking really about the mindset of the shift left, and we do all of this before even creating a repository. So really at the code level, because once you
Right.
tackle the security challenges day 0, like when you start writing code, at the end, it's way more secure than what other engineers are doing today. So this is also when people tell you, but what's the difference between InfraCodebase and ChatGPT? Obviously, this you wouldn't do it on ChatGPT.
You're right. Sure. Great. So, guys, any other question before we wrap up? Before I can explain one more thing. Any question, guys? Okay.
Yes, there is one.
Okay. Yes, Ola.
There is
Ola
one.
has
There
a
is one
question.
question. Yes.
Okay, quickly, so as not to make the meeting so long. Any other functionality that you want us to know about that this can do? I appreciate if you could.
I wouldn't focus on functionality, but I will really focus on what do you want to accomplish as a cloud engineer. For example, today we started on Greenfield. But for example, here, if I show you one thing as well that for me is way more powerful than this, let's say, is give me 1 minute, I will share with you my screen.
Okay.
So because I don't like functionality, I'm not a vendor. I'm the founder of the company. My goal is not to sell you any functionality, but to see how I can help you do a better job. So for example, here, I go jump to first. And do you see, this is what I was telling you earlier. Scan the Azure subscription to give me all the resources already provisioned in the Azure CLI. Based on that, I then ask, detect all the vulnerabilities misconfiguration. Based on that, I said now, do the remediation. So it gives me Azure security and operational assessment, critical vulnerabilities misconfiguration. And now what I asked was build the threat modeling. So this is the one that you can see here. And then based on that, what I've done is do the remediation. So think less about feature, but think more about your everyday job. Is it more related to what Eric and me, we showed you today, like creating new environments? Is it like, no, you already created and provision the resources on AWS, Azure, whatever you want. And then the goal is like understand what you provision to do the security vulnerability remediation. Is it like, okay, you already created a GitHub with thousands of lines of code, and you actually need to import it into the product to do the refactoring? Like, I'm way more focused on your everyday job to see how infracode base could help you than just showing you features. I don't care to show you features. So it's really based on the way you work.
Yeah, that answers my question actually. Probably I used the wrong word, yeah. But yeah, with what you've shown us, yeah, I'm really impressed. I'm
Thank
wowed.
you. That's why I always say to people, like if I think about infracode base as a green field, to be honest, is not the way we are building the company. We're building the company for our cloud ecosystem to make sure that any cloud engineers today and tomorrow can have a better life. Like for me, right, spending weeks of writing Terraform code, I've done it. To be honest, it's not, except if you tell me, wow, I love to write code. Maybe you love it, I don't know. But for me, I really prefer to value my job as like to be better on a daily basis. That's why my goal is like to make your life easier.
Okay. Great. Guys, I think it's been an amazing session this
Thank you
far.
so much.
And
And
I
I
believe
really
that everyone
appreciate
here
it.
on
At
the
the
call.
beginning, I was saying, oh, I hope they will ask me questions or anything because I'm not a teacher. Eric is not a teacher. We are people like you. And for me, it's like the more question you ask, the more I see that it's an active conversation. So I never want to go to a call
Right.
where this, but if you need anything, connect with me on LinkedIn. We can do over session with Eric. For me, is not one day and I leave by. It's like now, anything you want, we can do another group session whenever you want as well, and I would love to do it.
Sure, absolutely, absolutely, Tarak. Yeah, I mean, anytime. I think everyone here on the call has my contact. You can always reach out to me in case of anything. And again, this is a Solavis Tech community. Here, we're a community that empower you with your IT skills when it comes to cloud and DevOps, data science and machine learning, cyber security,
Thank
right?
you.
And if you are confused, you don't understand some of these basic concepts, you don't know what a VPC is, you don't know what a landing zone is, you don't know what AWS organization is, right? This is where we break down some of these concepts for you to understand, right? And we're a community. We are ready to help you. And just this month, we launched our cohort, which is currently going. And if you want to join, you can reach out to me, right? Just send me a hi or on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn. Let me just drop my LinkedIn
And there was someone
page
I
here so that
think
we can all
who
connect,
wanted. I think there was
right?
someone who wanted to join, but we didn't see her, which is fine.
Okay. Okay. Let me just drop my WhatsApp first. +233 5700 43270. So I'm just reading this in case anyone they get on YouTube, they can also just copy this. Yeah, so this is my contact. You can reach out to me on WhatsApp, right? And if you are facing any issue when it comes to cloud, anything, just feel free to reach out, right? And for those who want to connect with us on our social media platforms, on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, just dropping it here on the chat as well. But if you want to get things quick, just reach me on my number, right? Yeah, just reach me on my number. So those are our social media platforms. And if you want to connect again with Tarak, this is Tarak's LinkedIn. I'm just dropping it here on the chat as well. So just connect with him as well, right? Guys, in case of anything, we are here to support you on your journey, whatever challenge you're facing, even in your work environment, feel free to reach out, right?
I would love to help.
And again,
So thank you.
sure, sure. Absolutely. Yes, Nelson, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure having you here, Nelson. Yes, we met at
Thank you.
HashiCorp 2026. I have a presentation there, right, which I'm going to be doing next month. Guys, yeah, so yeah, we will keep connected and feel free to reach out and let's keep growing together, right? Thank you everyone for being here. Sure.
Have a good one. Bye.
So bye for now.